From the time you were a child, you were taught the same formula. Study hard, get good grades, find a safe job, and work your way up. But here's the truth, this formula is a trap. You're trading hours of your life for a paycheck that barely covers your bills. You're selling your time, the most valuable thing you own, for money that slips through your fingers. And no matter how hard you work, there are still only 24 hours in a day. That means your earning potential is capped before you even start. Think about it. If you stop working, your income stops too. That's not security, that's dependence. A paycheck feels safe because it's predictable. You know exactly how much is coming in every 2 weeks. But what you don't realize is that this security is often a pair of golden handcuffs. You get comfortable. You stop looking for ways to grow. You're tied to a job you may not love because it pays the bills. And the worst part, someone else controls that paycheck. A company decision, an economic downturn, or even office politics can take it away in an instant. That's not real safety, that's someone else holding the key to your future. You wake up early, commute through traffic, work all day, come home tired, and do it all again tomorrow. You work hard, maybe even harder than most, yet your bank account never seems to grow. It's like running on a treadmill, you're sweating, moving, putting in effort, but you're not going forward. The treadmill of trading time for money is exhausting, and it leaves no room for building real wealth. You don't have time to think about investments, passion projects, or side businesses because you're too busy surviving the daily grind. Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad taught him early that job security is a myth. It doesn't matter how loyal you are or how hard you work, if the company decides you're no longer needed, you're gone. Rich Dad believed in creating security through ownership, not employment. He taught that you must own assets that generate income whether you're working or not. That's the difference between the rich and everyone else. They don't rely on someone else's business to survive, they build their own. When you understand that money can work harder than you ever could, everything changes. The rich put their money into investments, businesses, and opportunities that grow without their constant effort. Instead of spending all their time working for money, they use money to buy back their time. They understand that wealth comes from ownership, not endless labor. The first step is changing how you think about money, not as something you must chase, but as a tool you can train to work for you. Start small. You don't need to quit your job tomorrow. Begin by creating additional sources of income, rental property, online business, dividend-paying stocks, or a skill you can sell on the side. Every extra dollar you earn outside your job is a step toward freedom. Over time, these streams can grow enough to cover your expenses, and that's when you're truly free from the trap of trading time for money. Ask yourself right now, if your paycheck disappeared tomorrow, how long could you keep living the life you have? If the answer is weeks or months, you're in danger. The rich don't have that fear because they've built systems that keep generating money whether they're working or not. You can do the same. It won't happen overnight, but it starts the moment you stop relying on a paycheck as your only lifeline. Stop running in place. Step off the treadmill and start building a life where your money works harder than you do. From the first day you step into a classroom, you're taught how to memorize facts, pass tests, and follow instructions. You're trained to be a good worker, not a wealthy thinker. The system rarely teaches you how to handle money, how to invest it, grow it, or protect it. Instead, you graduate knowing how to get a job, but not how to keep your earnings from slipping away. This is why so many well-educated people still struggle financially. Diploma might open doors, but without financial education, you'll always depend on someone else to decide your future. The rat race is a cycle: earn, spend, owe, repeat. People stay in it because they don't know any other way. They make more money, but instead of building wealth, they increase their spending. They buy liabilities thinking they're assets. They work harder but never get ahead. Without financial education, every raise and promotion just leads to a bigger lifestyle that needs a bigger paycheck to support it. And so they keep running, hoping one day the finish line appears, when in reality they're on a track with no end. Fire can cook your food or burn your house down. Money works the same way. If you know how to control it, it can feed your dreams, build security, and create freedom. But without control, money can destroy your peace and your future. Credit cards, bad loans, risky purchases, they burn through your earnings and leave you with ashes. The difference between those who use money to build and those who watch it vanish is knowledge. You can't win a game you don't understand. In the game of wealth, the rules start with knowing the difference between an asset and a liability. Assets put money into your pocket, investments, rental income, profitable business, liabilities, take money out, mortgages, car loans, anything that drains cash without giving it back. Cash flow is the scoreboard. If more is coming in than going out, you're winning. If it's the other way around, you're losing. No matter how big your paycheck looks, if you don't understand money, you will always pay more for everything, more in interest, more in fees, more in missed opportunities. You'll trust the wrong people with your savings. You'll fall for get-rich-quick traps. You'll work for decades and still have little to show for it. The price of financial ignorance isn't just poverty, it's lost time, lost choices, and lost freedom. Your knowledge ceiling is your wealth ceiling. You can only build wealth up to the level of your understanding. If you know a little about money, you'll earn a little. If you learn a lot, you can earn a lot. The good news, your ceiling can rise as high as you're willing to learn. Read books, study investments, talk to people who've built wealth. Every lesson you learn becomes a tool you can use to grow your financial future. Wealth starts in your mind before it ever shows up in your bank account. When I say mind your own business, I'm not talking about avoiding drama or gossip. I'm talking about building something that pays you whether you're there or not. This could be a business, an investment, intellectual property, anything that continues to put money in your pocket without demanding your constant time. Most people only have one source of income, their job. But the wealthy make sure they own streams of income that work even while they sleep. Ownership. Not hours worked is what creates lasting wealth. Imagine your income as an engine. If you're working for someone else, you're essentially renting their engine. It runs when they want, stops when they want, and you have no control over the speed. That means they control your output, your future, and your limits. But when you own your own financial engine, you decide when and how it runs. You can scale it up, expand it, or build more engines. That's the difference between being in control and being controlled. You don't need millions to start building your own engine. You can begin with a small side hustle, freelancing, selling products online, or offering a service you're skilled at. As your income grows, invest it in assets like rental properties, dividend-paying stocks, or a small business. Each new source of income adds another gear to your engine, making it stronger and more self-sustaining. Over time, these gears together to generate money without relying on a paycheck. Every hour you spend working for someone else grows their dream, their company, and their wealth. That's not necessarily wrong. You may be providing value and earning a living, but you must understand the game you're playing. Your employer's goal is to maximize their profit, not yours. If you never start building something of your own, you'll spend your best years making someone else rich while your own potential remains untapped. It's a scary question, but it needs to be asked. If your paycheck stopped today, how long could you sustain your lifestyle? For most people, the answer is not long. That's why you need income sources that aren't tied to your time or your boss's business. The moment you start building these, you reduce your dependence on any single source of income, and that's when you start gaining real financial security. The ultimate goal isn't just to earn more, it's to create a financial safety net that supports you for life. This safety net is made of assets that generate steady income, rental properties, investments, royalties, or automated businesses. Even if you stopped working tomorrow, this safety net would still carry you. When you have that in place, you're no longer working just to survive. You're working because you choose to, not because you have to. That's the power of minding your own business. At its core, building wealth comes down to one simple rule. Own more things that put money in your pocket and fewer things that take money out. An asset gives you income like rental property, dividend-paying stocks, or a profitable business. A liability drains your income like loans, maintenance costs, and purchases that lose value the moment you buy them. Too many people confuse the two and end up broke despite earning good money. If you want to be rich, learn to spot the difference fast and make sure most of your money flows toward assets. For many people, their home is their pride and joy. It's called their biggest investment. But if that home takes money out of your pocket every month through mortgage payments, taxes, insurance, and upkeep, it's a liability, not an asset. Yes, it may gain value over time, but until it generates income, it's costing you more than it's making you. The rich understand that your house is not truly an asset unless it's producing cash flow or freeing up money for other investments. Think of your money like a garden. Assets are seeds you plant that grow into trees bearing fruit year after year. Liabilities are weeds that choke your garden, stealing the nutrients from the soil. If you plant too few seeds and let too many weeds grow, your financial garden will never feed you. Every dollar you earn should either plant a seed or remove a weed. That's how you grow wealth over time. It's tempting to spend money on the nice car, the big house, or the designer clothes as soon as you start earning more. But the rich know this rule. Build your assets first, then use the income from those assets to pay for luxury. If you reverse the order, you'll spend your life paying for things that don't pay you back. The right order builds freedom, the wrong order builds debt. Some liabilities can be turned into assets with the right approach. That extra room in your house could be rented out. Your car could be used for ride sharing or deliveries. Skills you've learned at work could be turned into a side business. The point isn't to avoid all liabilities. It's to make them work for you whenever possible. Being ready for opportunity isn't about age, location, or luck. It's about mindset and preparation. Read daily, meet new people, learn new skills, and keep your finances ready for action. The richest lives aren't built on luck. They're built by people who were ready when their moment arrived. Opportunity doesn't knock, it passes by. Your job is to be standing there with the door already open. Most people choose jobs based on pay alone. They look at the number on the paycheck and stop there, but the rich ask a different question. What can I learn here that will make me more valuable tomorrow? A skill can feed you for decades, but a paycheck only feeds you until the next one runs out. The goal is not to collect pay stubs. It's to collect abilities that create more income streams later. Think of your mind as a toolbox. Every skill you learn is another tool you can use to solve problems and create value. Without tools, you can't build anything. With the right tools, you can fix, create, and grow anything you set your mind to. The person with more tools can adapt to more opportunities and earn more from them. Some skills produce income for a lifetime no matter where you go. Sales teaches you how to persuade, influence, and generate business. Leadership teaches you how to inspire and guide teams toward results. Investing teaches you how to make your money work while you sleep. Mastering these skills means you'll never be fully dependent on someone else for your survival. Growth doesn't happen where you feel safe. It happens where you feel challenged. If you only do what you already know, you will keep getting the same results you've always had. That's why the people who grow the fastest put themselves in situations where they're forced to stretch, adapt, and figure things out. Comfort might feel nice, but it silently locks the door on your future. Look at your life right now.